Hi cozies, welcome and welcome back to my channel, and today we are doing a full fountain pen collection tour. Now I am going to the Atlanta Pen Show this week, Friday through Sunday, so I wanted to do my full fountain pen collection before I start adding more. So let's get started. So starting off with the least expensive pens in my collection, the very first pen that I ever bought was the Pilot Kakuno. I bought this pen when I went to Kinokuniya and Johns Creek here in Georgia, and this started off the entire fountain pen obsession. I got this pen in an extra fine, and I also bought a broad, but gave that one to my husband, and I just find this pen to be such a great starter. I currently have a cartridge in here, and I do need to clean this pen out because it is a little scratchy right now, but I can wholeheartedly say this was a very good first pen. Less than $20, gets the job done. They also have this in tons of colors. I just found this pen to be amazing, and this is what really started off my entire obsession. The next set of pens you see here are the Jinhao 82. I bought these pens off of Amazon in a set of 3 for $20. I was thinking, okay, I'll get these pens. I'll use them for when I get ink samples in, basically like a scratch pen to try things out. And I was extremely surprised on how good these pens really are. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Sailor Pro Gear Slim, and I have to say, even though I don't own that pen, this pen right here writes so smooth. When I tell you, reliability wise, these pens I know are always going to write amazing. I also have these in a fine, and I tell you, I have no false starts. They just write like butter. I cannot say enough great things about this pen. So if you're looking for something that's not going to break the bank and you're trying to get into fountain pens and you want to start off small, I highly suggest getting a set of the Jinhao 82s. These are amazing. I can always count on them. They're very reliable. I never have any issues with them at all. I have them all inked with different kinds of ink. Like I said, I love these pens. Next, we have my pen case. This is from Galen Leather, and we're just going to start off left to right. So starting off here, these are my favorite pens. I know I've said that about the other ones, but these truly are an amazing, amazing pen. These are the TWSBIs. All of these are the Eco, and I have them all different sizes. So this one is in a, this one's in a fine, this one's in a fine, this one's in a broad, and then this one is in a medium. When I tell you, these pens hold so much ink. They're all demonstrators, so you can see the ink sloshing around inside of them. And when I tell you, these pens are so good. I have not gotten a bad TWSBI yet. When you want something that's going to hold a world's worth of ink and you don't have to worry about refilling it over and over again each month, this is the pen to do so. I love how they have so many different colors. I got this one from my sister. This is the Cafe with Bronze. This one is just the clear. This one is the new one that they released. I'll put it up on the screen because I can't remember the name of it. And this is the Irish Green with Onyx that I got off of Jet Pens. So again, and they just brought out a banana yellow that I feel like can go right here. It'll be the perfect place for it. I love a TWSBI. Like, you cannot convince me otherwise. Like, I find these pens to be amazing. I love the way they feel in my hand. I don't have any issues with them false starting. I just love a TWSBI. I feel like these are a great fountain pen. And then coming over here, we have a few of my randoms. So I do have 2 Kavekos. I actually have a third, a black one that my husband has commandeered, so it's not in here. But I think Kavekos are a great pocket pen. I know there's a lot of controversy out there about how the extra fine and the fine are so scratchy. I've never had that problem in both of these. I believe this one is in a fine. Yeah, so then the yellow is in the extra fine. I don't have any issues with these pens. I will say my only gripe is how light it is. I like my pens to have a little bit of weight, and with the Kaveco, you're just not getting that at all. It's not a bad thing, but if you want something that's light for on the go, I feel like a Kaveco is a great pen. The yellow one I typically have on the side of my traveler's notebook, and I keep this in my purse, so I definitely think it does its job. And I love how they have different style clips that you can add on to the Kavecos. And like I said, I don't have any issues with them. I know people say that they have issues with the scratchiness and all of that, but that has not been my experience whatsoever. So if you do want a pocket pen, you're considering a Kaveco, I would highly recommend them. I think they are beautiful pens, and they do have tons and tons of colors, so I don't see any negatives. I do see a lot of people buy a Colotino, which is another pocket pen. I'm interested in those, but I cannot just bite the bullet on spending over $100 on a pocket pen. I can't. Maybe down the line, but right now that's just not a priority. But my Kavekos, I really love these. Like I said, I have the green, yellow, and then I also have a black. I know they've brought out a few other colors. They have a hot pink, which is calling my name that I want so bad. So I feel like maybe that one can go in this slot right here. The next pen I have is my Pilot Metropolitan in the White Tiger. This pen is amazing. When I first got into Pilot pens, I knew that there were different variations and different price points when it came to Pilot pens, and I knew nothing about the Pilot Metropolitan. I went into this pen completely blind. I bought this off of Atlas Stationers, and when it came in the mail, I was like, oh, this is a beautiful pen. This is in a fine. I currently have this inked with Amarillo Antiguo, and this is an amazing pen. When I talk about smoothness, I have to say this. I haven't had any negative experiences with any of my fountain pens, but Pilot will always have a special place in my heart. It was my very first pen that I bought, and I just feel like you cannot go wrong with a Pilot pen. They are gorgeous. The form factor is nice. The weight is there. Like I said, I cannot say enough positive things about Pilots. But going back to the pen, Pilot Metropolitan is great. It has very nice weight to it. I find this to be another smooth writer. My only gripe with this pen is the converter. I think I need to get another converter because I just find that this one just does not hold enough ink. Like I said, I do have it currently inked, but I've had to replace this one in less than a month's time. So I definitely think I want to switch out the converter on this one. But it's a great pen. I definitely am going to buy some more of these. I have been eyeing up a few different options, and they have so many different variations. I love the animal, this White Tiger one. Ugh, I just think it's so gorgeous, and I'm happy to have this one in my collection. The next pen we have is the Levenger True Writer Majesty. This pen, do you all see that? Do you all see how pretty and pink this is? This is a gorgeous pen. I got this on sale. This pen is originally, I think, like $75. I got it for $35 during a sale. And I love it. I've never heard of Levenger. I know it's one of those pen brands that's been around for a very long time, but I wasn't familiar with them. I got this pen in a fine, and it is smooth. It is smooth. I like a little bit of feedback, so it definitely has a little bit of feedback, but this pen is amazing. I'll show you the converter as well. It does have a really good converter. I haven't had to replace this pen at all. It holds a lot of ink. I inked this pen in early January. Now it's March, and I haven't had to re-ink it. I do try my best to use all of my pens on a weekly basis, and this one, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous colorway. I definitely am going to buy another Levenger. I don't know when, but my birthday is coming up in May, so we'll see what I get into then. But I love this pen. I think it is a gorgeous color, and it works extremely well. Also, all the pens I've shown you so far all have steel nibs. I just wanted to make that clear. But yeah, this is an amazing pen. The next pen I have is my Pilot Explorer in Coral Matte. I forgot to actually take this pen out of my journal because it lives in my negative feelings journal. If you don't know what that is, check out my journal ecosystem video right before this one. I bought this pen because I just love the matte finish. I'd never seen a matte finish pen, and I thought this was so pretty. I have this in a medium nib. This is inked with Colorverse Brunch Date, and I just think this is a gorgeous pen. Now, I will say it doesn't have the same level of weight to it that the Pilot Metropolitan has, but it is a good pen. I don't have any issues with it. When it comes to the converter, it does have a good amount of ink. I did ink this pen up in February, and we still have a good amount of ink in here. And I don't have any issues with it. This is a push converter also. Like I said with Pilot, they're reliable. I've never had a negative experience with Pilot. I love Pilot pens, and I will continue to buy Pilot pens. So those are all of the pens that are in this case. Okay, last but certainly not least is the pens inside of my Rickshaw 6-pin pen roll. Again, this is like a nice blanket for your pens. This is where I keep all of my expensive pens. So let's go ahead and get started. The first pen I have in here is my Pilot Vanishing Point. I love this pen with my whole heart. This is in the red and gold trim. This is a gold nib, an 18 karat gold nib. And I have this in fine. This is currently inked with Cartier Black. This pen I bought dedicated to my grandmother. Her favorite color was red. So this pen means so much to me. When I write with it on a daily basis, I am reminded of her. This is my very first gold-nibbed pen. And when I bought this, I was off to the races. I have never written with something that was smooth like butter. Steel is great. Don't get me wrong. I love a steel-nibbed pen. But when it came to gold, it was an extremely different experience. It was kismet. Like, I can't describe how writing with a gold nib pen feels. If you don't own one and you're considering it, bite the bullet. I find this to be an amazing pen. It is gorgeous. And a lot of people say they have a problem with the clip being in the way of holding it. I don't have that issue. Please look at how other people write with it to see if that would be in your way. But I just find this pen to be amazing. Now, the cons. The only con that this pen has is the converter. You're getting about 5 drops ink in here. So if you are writing with this on a daily basis, you're going to have to replace the ink probably like every 3 weeks, I'd say. So it's definitely not a big barrel like the TWSBI per se, but again, as you can see, my love for Pilot is strong, and I definitely will be buying another vanishing point, probably a vanishing point decimal, which is the slimmer body of the Pilot vanishing point. But again, this pen is amazing. Like, look how gorgeous this is. I cannot get enough of this pen. The next and newest pen in my collection is the Esterbrook SD. This is the Amber Tortoise, which is, I feel like, is a mix between the tortoise and the honeycomb. So you get a lot of that goldenness that you get from the honeycomb, and then you also get the pattern of the tortoise. I love this pen. I didn't know that it had like a bouncy cap, and what I mean by that is typically when you have a pen that twists, you don't have like a bounce to it. This one has like a little bit of a bounce to it. I guess that helps to seal it, which I was surprised by. I didn't know it actually had that. I got this pen in a medium, so it is on the thicker side, which I do enjoy. This is currently inked with Diamine Golden Brown. Yeah, this is currently inked with Diamine Golden Brown, and I find this pen to be very nice. It doesn't have as much weight as I thought it was going to have, but it's not as light as a Kaweco, so I definitely like how it feels in my hand. I love the shape of it. I find it to be very easy to write with, either posted or unposted, because of how nice and long it is in my hand. So I have nothing negative to say about Esterbrook at all. I know for a fact this will not be my last one. So if you're interested to see what pens I get from the pen show, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to see that episode, because that's going to be a long one. I plan on vlogging the show and everything. Back to the pen, like I said, I love the form factor. I don't own a niblet to compare it to size-wise. I know the niblet is like their version of a pocket pen. I'm not a big pocket pen girl. I have a few, but it's not my go-to pen. I do like a full-size pen. But the Esterbrook, this is a gorgeous pen. I see why people are obsessed with it. I see why people buy every single color that they come out with. Great, great pen. The next pen I have is my Conklin Endura Deco Crest. I have never used this pen. I've never even inked this pen up. I don't know. It's just like a piece of art to me. I definitely will ink it up eventually. I believe I bought this in a fine, and it is gorgeous. I mean, no, I bought this in a medium. This is a medium, yeah. I bought this in a medium. This is a Conklin, and it is just gorgeous. Like, I can just stare at it all day. And maybe that's why I haven't inked it up, because I feel like it's a piece of art. But I will eventually, because I do have a few inks that I think would look great in here. But I just bought this pen. It was on sale for $100. It called to me. I kept looking at it on Atlas Stationers. Atlas Stationers is a horrible website for people that have pen obsessions, because you will find something on there that's in your budget every single time. But I just thought this pen was gorgeous, and when I ink it up, you all will be the first to know. But I think it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous pen, and I'm so excited to have this in my collection. I have definitely seen other Conklins that I feel like need to be with me, so this definitely will not be my last Conklin. Next, I have one of my favorite pens in my collection. This is the Platinum Century 3776. This is a 14 karat gold nib, and I have this in a soft fine. This was a deal on PenSwap. This pen is typically about $300. I got this pen for $175 on PenSwap, and I could not believe it. I love platinum. I honestly, there is not a negative thing I can say about this pen. I love feedback. It's not scratchy. Uncle Lammy, I'm going to throw a little shade there, but it has some feedback, and I think it just writes amazing. This is a soft find, my very first and only soft find in my collection, and I just think this pen is gorgeous. It's an amazing writer. I never had any negative experiences with it. I use this almost exclusively to plan my content because I just love how it writes on the Me Plus paper that I have. This pen is just everything. And I love the classic look. It's my only kind of like classic styled pen, the black and the gold. I can't get enough of it. I think this pen is amazing. And I definitely want another Platinum 3776, but with the pinflation that's going on, I don't know if it's going to be a new one. It might be a pen swap purchase, but Platinum, I don't feel like you can go wrong with that at all. And lastly, my Benu Euphoria in Red Panda. I did a whole video on this. Check out my YouTube shorts. This was a hand-painted pen. There's only 150 in existence. I have number 58. This was a Gold Spot exclusive, and I have this pen in a medium nib. This is currently inked with Sailor Tinterias Cilantro, and I find this pen to be so juicy and beautiful. It's not a gold nib, as you can see, but it is an amazing pen nonetheless. This is a Schmidt nib, and I love how thick, like look how big that nib size is. But this is an amazing pen. It's gorgeous to look at. It's amazing in the hand. I love the facets on it. I can't say enough good things. I feel like I have my favorite pens in my collection. I definitely know there's space for more. Always space for more pens. There's no such thing as too many pens. But this one, the hand painted, oh, I just can't get enough. I already have several other Benus on my radar, like the Movie Star. I want that. The Lucky Charm one, that's a Benu exclusive. I want that one. Benus have such cool pen bodies, like unique pen bodies. The hand painted is what really gets me because I feel like you have a piece of art that you can carry with you, that someone sat down and painted something and now you own it. That's so beautiful. I love that so much. The concept that Benu does with the hand painted, I think it's a wonderful, wonderful thing. And like I said, I can't say enough good things about this pen. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe and hype this video up. And I'll see you all next week. Bye.